Mother dear, I'm writing you from somewhere in France, hoping this finds you well. Sergeant says I'm doing fine, a soldier and a half. Here's a song that we'll all sing, it'll make you laugh. We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line.
Hello everyone, Elite Golden here, and welcome back to Operation Valkyrie, the British and French turn. Alright, so let's take you on over here for some technology rolls. So, Great Britain is going to go for improved construction, it's at stage 1, and no modifiers, as well as long-range aircraft for no reason at all, the most difficult technology in our game. +4 to that, need an 8 or better. So, let's get started. Improved construction, 7 or better. 12, fantastic, that's pretty good, pretty good. So, stage 2 there. Now for long-range aircraft, here goes. 11, all right, didn't need all those modifiers. Now it's stage 3, along with the United States and Germans. I wonder who the first to complete it will be and when it'll be. So, we shall now get into the purchases. Great Britain is going to be buying 2 colonial infantry and a militia for 10, a anti-aircraft artillery for 5, an infantry for 3, and 2 militia upgrades for 4. So you know what, let's do an on-the-fly switcheroo. Let's actually hold on to, let's not do these, the militia and upgrades, and instead let's use that 7 for a transport. My apologies, let me grab one. I've got one over here anyway. And so there, all right. Those $7 for a transport. All right, yeah, sorry about that, just kind of saw that. Moving on, the Far East Command is going to spend 2 on a militia, 10 on a fighter, save 2. ANZAC is going to spend 6 on a submarine, 3 on an infantry, save 1. And France is getting themselves an infantry with the last of their money, only making $1 a turn. It's a pretty big investment for them. So let's get right into it. Over here. Before I forget, I know this isn't a combat movement, but I must do this before I forget. It's the submarine. It unfortunately will not be raiding this turn, and will instead go 1, 2, 3 to Sea Zone A6. Not a combat move, but regardless, it's no battle can have a bearing on what I was going to do with that anyway. So, now on to the fun part. Not quite a D-Day, but perhaps rather more a Dieppe Raid. So we're going to be taking an infantry and an artillery, getting on our transport and offloading in Normandy. So that ship's an infantry. Let me just change that out real quick before anybody forgets what that really is. As well as, of course, receiving full support from His Majesty's Royal Air Force. But this medium bomber is going 1, 2, 3 into Alsace-Lorraine, and sorry, you might not be able to see that super well. And it's going to be bombing the railroad on the border of Bavaria. I just looked into it, and I have to disclose which border I'm bombing, and so that determines how much damage I can do. Either way, no mountains, so it's not like I can do double damage anyway. And so then all those ships are, well, consequently going to come out of port and be sitting in A22, so that I can get my, well, only 2, still not nothing, shore bombardments. And, well, not quite a lot of space there, We'll just, yeah, I'll get it later, but those import markers are going to be taken off the board after the video when I clean up. Then down here, yeah, we got a lot of things. Down here, we'll be taking the 2 colonials from Rhodesia, heading into Tanganyika, and all 5 of the British units also walking into Tanganyika for a total of 7. And that'll do it for the British attacks. Yep, let's call it there. So now on to some rolling. Let's do the Tanganyika battle first because I've got it set up. All right, so what I got here is 7 black dice. I have black dice in the highest quantity, so 7 black dice for the British infantry class units. Well, colonial infantry are the same as infantry. So they're all attacking at a 2. Italians, the greens are 4s because there's a mountain infantry, colonial infantry, and a motorized. And this pink is a 3 for the cavalry. So you can roll it all together, and here goes. 2 hits for the Italians, and I count 3 hits for me. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's update this. All right, so I'm going to assume the cavalry, the colonial are gone. I will press on so it doesn't super matter, and so I'll just be taking off the mountain infantry, leaving the motorized. Like I said, it doesn't super matter. And so I'll take off the 2 units that I have to. All right. And of course we shall press on. 5 dice to 1 dice. Here goes. Got my hit. Actually, I got 3 hits again. Wow, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, can't use it. And he missed. So I'll take that trade. Good old 2 to 4. Kind of need that with how things are going. So that leaves 5 colonial troops victorious in Tanganyika. Now let's get on to, let's do the bombing raid while it's fresh in my mind. There is no anti-aircraft with railroad, even though he has improved logistics, and I had to look into this just because he got it. No, each individual strip of rail does not get its own anti-aircraft, which I was partially afraid of. All right, here's the damage done. 3 damage. I think I can only do 2 total damage, maybe 4. Either way, it's 3. A completely average amount. And then it uses its remaining 4 movement to get back to London, but it only took 3 to get to London, so there's that. Now for the main event. Let's do our Dieppe raid into Normandy. I just hope it'll pan out a little bit better. So, first things first, a light cruiser does not bombard. My mistake. But I do have one that does, and it's a heavy cruiser at a 2 or less. 4, no good. So the battle will take place as usual. Infantry at a 2, that's a 6. Fighter at a 6, that's a 9, and 2 tactical bombers at a 7. Okay, 2 hits. Only needed 1, there's only 1 militia there. So his return fire, and that's a 2. Unfortunate, I do not take the territory, and I have to lose both the infantry and artillery. All right. So, not a fair trade there at all. Not at all. Definitely makes up for the Tanganyika battle. All right, so those guys will go home. They're gonna go into southern England. Perfect. And then we shall, that's the British turn. So let's do placement for the British so that we can move on from them. Okay, so anti-aircraft gun is going to go into South Africa because the Germans have finally release their chokehold on the area. Let's stay down here while I do the rest of these. One colonial in South Africa, a second colonial in Cape Town, and this militia will also go to Cape Town. And then we'll go up here to Britain and similarly transport to A22. Because it's, well, everything else is not in port as well. All right, so Britain, by my count, is still at 22. And no bonuses, so another $22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. 5 plus 15 is 7, so they're all 5 plus 7. No, 7 plus 15 is 22. So now let's get to the FEC. The FEC won't have any attacks, but they will have some movements. Actually, no, that's not true. Sorry, they do have attacks. Got them marked down over here. And that is, let's see, so 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's not great, but it's all right. We're gonna take 2 Gurkhas and head into Anim Tonkin, along with the tactical bomber. Is that a good idea? No, that's not a good idea. We gotta leave the tactical bomber back, otherwise he's just gonna get attacked. So we'll leave him there. And then we'll send a 3rd. That'd be a better idea. 3 Gurkhas there. And then let's do 4 of these Gurkhas. 4 of these Gurkhas to Siam. And Siam's just a walk-on. So the FEC will go up $1 for that. All right. Yes. Just debating whether or not to really send that 3rd one there. And I think I will. So here's the battle. The Gurkhas versus the militia. Everyone's looking for a 2. Everyone missed, so round 2. Everyone missed, round 3. There's my 2, and he also got a 2. So, all right, 1 for 1. And the FEC will go up another $1. The Japanese will go down 1. Just gotta make sure I'm keeping track of that. All right, now on to non-combat movements. This infantry from Burma, or from Bengal, heads down to Burma, as to not leave anything open right there. And the 3 infantry that are in Benares walk into Delhi. And yep, that'll be that. So let's do some placement. The fighter to Calcutta, and the militia, let's see, yeah, militia will go to Burma. Moving on to the ANZAC, they have no movement, so we'll just do some placements. The infantry they bought goes into Sydney, and they're also buying a submarine, which will go off the coast of Sydney. Super easy. And now for the French. They bought 1 infantry, and they're gonna have 1 attack. 1 just terrible attack. That doesn't lose them much, but could be some sweet victory. All right. Green for the Italians, black for the French. And what's happening is this French infantry from French Somaliland is coming into Abyssinia and fighting with the militia in hopes to destroy the anti-aircraft gun. Even though I don't have any planes down here, it'd be nice to have the option to. So, here goes nothing. I'm looking for a 1 as I'm attacking in the mountains, and he's defending at a 2, so let's see. Oh, fantastic. Got a hit. All right. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. The Free French have liberated Abyssinia from their colonial overlords. And so the militia comes off, the anti-aircraft comes off. Tough turn for the Italians, decent turn for the Japanese, and a really good turn for the Germans. Oh well. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I have a little damage marker for the railroad to symbolize that it has been damaged. So like that. I don't know, it's kind of crude, but it works. And with that, the French will place their infantry. And he's going to go into Madagascar. Oh, you know what? This French transport is coming out of port, and I'm not sure if he gets killed right away or if the Italians have to do something with him. The rule just is on in port is that if they take it, which I can totally see them doing this turn, then all ships in port actually roll to be taken over by the new owners, and well, no point in giving them a free transport. So it's coming out of port. And yes, with that, I'll be done. The French collect $1, so they have $1. The FEC collects $13. They had 2 left over, so they're going to be collecting 15 for next turn. And the ANZAC is collecting 7 plus their 2 national objective. That's 9. All right, they'll have another $10 for next turn. All right, everyone, I think that's it from me. I'll see you on the American turn, but until then, have at it, Italian Empire or Roman Empire. Didn't look so good for you, but hey, maybe we'll see what you do. Later, guys.